we needs a few good taters.
What's taters, precious? What's taters, huh?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Welcome to December, ladies and gentlemen. This month we're celebrating the most important trilogy of all time, the Lord of the Rings movies, and my favorite character from Lord of the Rings, Samwise Gamgee. Samwise the Brave. That's right. And of course his favorite vegetable on the planet is taters. Potatoes. You can boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. There's so many options. But today we're going to be doing a chicken and shrimp chowder, okay? Matter of fact, this entire month we'll be doing Tatter-fest, which will be a bunch of different potato-based recipes.
Even you couldn't say no to that.
All right? So, let's get started. Like always, when we start off, I'm going to remind everybody that cooking should be fun and relaxing. So please grab yourself some relaxing juice. I got mine. And let's get started, okay? So we're going to start this off like any other chowder that you might encounter. We're going to start off with some potatoes, all right? So I'm going to peel these, dice them up, toss them into my pot, okay? Next, we're going to dice these 3 potatoes, and into the pot they'll go. Next up, we're going to dice a whole stick of celery. And into the pot it goes. Alright, last, I'm going to throw in about half an onion. And into the pot it goes. Alright, for a stew like this, if you have these little stump pieces that kind of don't go any which way, just give them a quick dad chop and then they'll go.
A sun chop!
With our heat turned on to a medium high, we are going to add about a tablespoon's worth of bacon fat, all right? We're also going to add a couple tablespoons of, there we go, a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to add a little bit of butter as well. There we go. Now, if you don't have any bacon fat, if you forgot to save your fat, or if you don't like bacon for whatever reason, like you're a communist or something, then it's okay, just go full butter. And if you don't like butter or bacon fat, then you can go back to communist China and just leave us Americans alone. Alright, so now we're going to let this get up to a temperature. And we're going to let this cook until the onions are a little bit see-through, okay? Until then, we're going to set the lid on the pot and leave it be. While our veggies are going, let's get our chicken prepped and ready. So I have 3 medium-sized chicken thighs I'm going to dice up into bite-sized pieces. All right, now let's season our chicken. Of course, we're going to start off with some salt. Some black pepper. Onion powder. Garlic powder. And thyme. I honestly think thyme is the most important out of all these seasonings. I like that nice herby flavor that comes with it in my chowders. Now we're going to flip it and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I went a little bit heavy with the black pepper, so I probably will not put the black pepper on the other side, but just to keep that in mind. Our chicken is all seasoned. It's going right in that pot. Our last main ingredient is, of course, some shrimp. There we go. I've had it defrosting in this bowl of water here for the last few minutes, but we don't need these tails. So I'm going to peel all these off and we'll be off to the races. It's time to add the seasoning to the shrimp. It's going to be a lot like what we did before, but we're going to make one slight change, and I'll tell you what that is here in just a minute. Our last ingredient that we're going to add is allspice, okay? But a very small amount of it, like that much, okay? Allspice is one of those things that you don't need much for it to be way too much. Okay, so this seems like a comically small amount, but it'll give us that nice warm sensation while we're eating it. There we go. You won't even know why you're feeling warm from the inside, but it'll just be there.
I'm warm.
And into the pot goes our shrimp. Alright, we got our shrimp and our chicken in this pot. I'm going to give it a quick stir, just so everything can get to know each other as quick as possible. Alright, it already is starting to smell like chowder, just between the celery, the onion, and the thyme. Those three, to me, just smell like what a chowder should be. The only other thing that I would add if I had it is some dried dill. If you have some, toss in like a pinch, like maybe a teaspoon, something like that. My last ingredient for right now is about a half a tablespoon of garlic. I'll stir this in here. There we go. And if you're at home and you get to this point, if you have a beer or a white wine, I would pour in about a quarter cup and let that cook through. That will add quite a bit of flavor to this soup. All right. But for right now, we are practically done. There we go. I'm just going to add a bit of water, just about a half a bottle of water or so, until everything is halfway covered. All right. And people are at home saying,
This guy's an idiot.
There's no way that's gonna boil all the way through. LOL. Well, we're not trying to cook it all right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my heat up to high and we're gonna braise it out for about, I'd say, 5 minutes or so. It's gonna get all of the fond off the bottom of the pot. Since I didn't pour in any alcohol, this is the next best way to do it. It'll also tender up our chicken a little better and our potatoes. It'll just give us a little better flavor, okay? So see y'all in about 10 minutes. Grab your relaxing juice. Our chowder has been going for about 5 minutes or so, and it is already looking and smelling just about where I want it to be. All right, I am going to add in a little bit extra water. There we go. This is going to thin out the soup, but it's also going to give me a little bit more time that I can cook it before the liquid boils out of my chowder. There we go. I'm going to take a taste of it.
Then he tastes it.
Honestly, that's just about perfect. The only thing I'm going to add, this is the last thing I'm going to need, is a little bit of pickle juice.
What's it doing? Stupid fat hobbit. It ruins it.
There we go. I know people everywhere just collectively winced at the idea of pickle juice brine going into their chowder. But think about it real quick. I said I wanted some dill. That is a dill pickle brine. It's got its own depth of flavor, all right? The vinegar and the cucumber and the dill, they've been sitting together for who knows how long, just building up that delicious umami. All right. And you might be thinking, oh man, that's tart. That's too salty. Yeah, well, your mom's salty and I like her fine. Gotcha. All right, let's give her a taste.
He tastes it and tastes it, then tastes it some more.
Pretty good. Needs a little more. That's about 2 tablespoons worth. All right, this is tasting perfect. So we're gonna let it cook for about a half hour to 45 minutes on a medium-low heat. It's a nice simmer with the lid on it. Kick your feet up and relax. See you guys in a half hour. Let's take a look at our chowder. There we go. Whew, it's looking good. All right. Lovely, lovely. Let's take a quick taste. That is very, very good. I'm going to salt it just a little more, but this is right in the ballpark. The herbs are right where I want them to be. The thyme's coming through just fine. The dill's good. There we go. There you go. Now, if you're a person who cannot have dairy, boom. Boil this up and you're good. But for anybody whose tummy can handle that spicy cow juice, let's add about a quarter cup. There we go. And we're going to give her a stir. There we are. There we go. Now this looks an awful lot like chowder, if you ask me. Give her a taster. Yum, yum, yum. This is perfect. It's ready to plate. So I believe I'm going to do that, and I'll see everybody over at the counter. And there we have it. Our chicken and shrimp chowder, as promised. Very potato heavy, just for Samuel. All right, let's take a taste.
That's what we're after right there, fellas. There she is.
That is splendid. Splendid, splendid, splendid. That celery's coming through, the thyme, all those herbs are tying together. One more taste.
An explosion of flavor! I'm working some very unstable herbs!
This is lovely. Please, everybody, try it at home. Let me know what you think about my chicken and shrimp chowder. And if you want to make this into a clam chowder, just remove the chicken and the shrimp, add clams. That's it. And it's a perfect one-to-one. So, everybody at home, please let me know your potato recipes. I'll try to get some of them done this month if I can. And everybody, please follow me on the social medias, Instagram especially. I want to see people's dishes that they cook. I've seen a couple of people, and they're quite nice. I think it's at Dad's Cooking Bear on Instagram. On X, it's at Dad's_Cookin_. Send me pictures. I want to see them. It's gonna be awesome. Let's see here. If you want some merch, please go over to my merch store and pick something up. Oh, if you want another good potato recipe, I'll put a link here. So anywho, until next time, everybody, I'm Dad. Have a good one. Delicious. This is the perfect soup if you're climbing an icy mountain with a wizard who's trying to kill you with a blizzard. If you're stomping through a marsh and some weird meth head is trying to steal your golden ring, that's what you're wanting, okay? It's also good if it's snowy and blizzardy outside like it has been this last week here in Iowa. Go ahead and grab that. You don't even need, we got plenty of meth heads outside. It's just like Lord of the Rings without the mountain and without the eye. Anywho,